I will call the full Board of Commissioners meeting Thursday, June 13th to order. First item on the agenda is Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Two announcements. Chair Brown called, said he may be running late, so I will be chairing the meeting until his arrival. Second announcement is Civic Clerk, to everybody's surprise, is not working. So we will do voice votes today to save Adriana the frustration of trying to deal with it. Next item on the agenda is Invocation by Commissioner Romano.
Thank you, Chair. If you'd bow your heads, folks, please. Dear God, please bless our elected officials. Grant them wisdom and courage to do what is right for all residents. Amen.
Amen.
Man.
Thank you. Next item is adoption of the agenda.
Romano adopts the agenda.
Support Nard.
I have a motion by Commissioner Romano, supported by Commissioner Nard to adopt the agenda. Any discussion on the agenda? Seeing none, please voice vote. Yes,
Aye.
that'll work. Thank you. Next item is approval of the minutes dated May 16th, 2024.
Motion to approve Van Sickle.
I have a motion by Commissioner Van
Support.
Sickle, supported by Commissioner Lucido. Any discussion on the meeting minutes? Seeing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
They passed.
Motion passes 12-0.
Thank you. Next is our first of two public participations. This public participation is for those who wish to speak for a maximum of 3 minutes on an agenda item which is on today's agenda. There will be a second opportunity for public participation to speak on any county issue at the end of the meeting. Anyone from the public wish to be heard? Once? Twice? Close public participation. Next item is item 7, proclamations. I need a motion to adopt 7A through 7H.
So move, Perna.
Support Nard.
I have a motion by Commissioner Perna, supported by Commissioner Nard. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 12-0.
Thank you. First item is a proclamation recognizing July as Pastor Appreciation Month in Macomb County. I would like Commissioner Lucido to join me down at the podium to present this to our very good friend, Pastor Friedman.
You just said come, I didn't know where to go.
That's why I let Sarah lead first, my brother. It is with great honor, along with Commissioner Lucido, signed by the remaining county commissioners, that we present a proclamation by the Macomb County Commissioners proclaiming the month of July as Pastor Appreciation Month in Macomb County. Whereas pastors play an essential role with prayer, spirituality, positivity, resources, assistance, and support in public safety, critical incidents, national, state, or local emergency, disaster responses, faith-based organization, business, government, civil, and community organization, educational institutions, and other organizations. So I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it says, now therefore be it proclaimed by the Board of Commissioners, speaking for and on behalf of all citizens of Macomb County as follows, that by these presentations, Macomb County Board of Commissioners hereby proclaims the month of July 2024 as Pastor Appreciation Month in Macomb County. Pastor Friedman, would you like to say something? I know you're never short for words.
I always like to joke, it's a dangerous thing to give a pastor a mic and audience. But Vice Chair, thank you so much, and Commissioner Lucido, thank you so much. One of the things that this proclamation that we're going to do, I'm on staff at Macomb Community College at our police academy, and we're having a gathering on July the 19th where we're bringing together pastors and chaplains here in Macomb County, just to, since you're taking pictures, here you go. 3 Facebook pages, YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, come on.
Oh, it's locked.
Oh, okay. This is embarrassing, I'm sorry. Man, I forgot my own password. Okay. Where we're bringing together, I'm sorry about that. We're bringing together chaplains and pastors from across Macomb, just to let them know that Macomb County and the commissioners appreciate the work that they're doing and the work that they've done. So thank you all for this proclamation, and we will send out an invite. We would love to have you come and be a part of that celebration on July 19th at 11 o'clock at the Macomb Community College Criminal Justice Training Center. So thank you so much. Thank you.
I have known the pastor for probably well over 30 years, and it's an honor.
I don't look that old, do I?
Well, that says a lot to me.
So I have one quick thing to say too. I know like in my community, the pastors play such a vital role to making our city thrive and make it what it is. They do food pantries. They're always there. They help with the community. They come and they support all of the city administration, city council. If they need any help with anything, any sort of community outreach they do. They've done MCREST where they're housing the homeless, or Toys for Tots, and most importantly, they are chaplains to our police and fire departments, and we all know we want to support them, as much as we can, because we don't understand what they go through every single day, putting their lives on the lines. And these guys are there for them, and that really means a lot. So I appreciate everything that they do, and so thank you.
Thank you. Pastor, God bless.
Sir.
This is all
If you didn't know, I'm a hopeless hugger.
I knew. Next item on the agenda is a proclamation honoring Patrick Photographic Studios on their 50th anniversary. Commissioner Nard.
Yeah. Patrick, good to see you.
Hello, everyone. I just want to honor Patrick and his wife Pamela Bushmole,
Yes.
Bushmo, for their 50th anniversary of owning their studio, Patrick Studios in Warren, Michigan.
Yes.
And there's a lot here to read, so I won't read everything because they have a long agenda, but I'm just honored to do this for you. I met you guys at one of the council meetings in Warren and fell in love with this family, and I think you guys are great and awesome, and I appreciate you, and I thank you for what you've done for our city.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Would you like to say anything? Would you like to speak?
First of all, my wife and I would really like to thank Macomb County. We've provided service for over 50 years now, and it's the county people who have supported us. And my wife and I both are born in St. Clair Shores. I've lived in Macomb County for all these years. I have 3 children, 6 grandchildren, all in Macomb County, mainly Warren, and it's been wonderful. So we appreciate this recognition, and the next 50, I'm sure, are going to be just fine.
Great. Here, Pat.
Okay, we're gonna hold this up.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next Next item is a proclamation congratulating Derek Smith for being named Junior High School Teacher of the Year, supported by Commissioner Grott and Commissioner Joe Sabatini.
If we can take the next one as well, the same time.
Want to take them both?
Yes.
A proclamation congratulating Karen Borbolla for being named Elementary School Teacher of the Year, Sylvia Grott and Joe Sabatini. Please.
We want to congratulate the teachers for their wonderful job in our district and Utica School District. So on behalf of the Board of Commissioners, we want to congratulate Karen Borbolla to being the teacher year 2024 Teacher of the Year, elementary school. So, and we have, thank you, Derek
Smith.
Smith. Don't go anywhere.
So I read the proclamation. I think the most interesting thing that I saw here, besides what Derek does for his students, is the charities that he contributes to, specifically a pancake breakfast. But what's most remarkable about the pancake breakfast is that he provides his homemade maple syrup for this. I'm a big pancake guy, so that kind of intrigued my interest. So maybe you want to tell everybody a little bit more about that. We would love to
We might
hear
have
it.
to invite them over to make those pancakes.
Or that.
The kids like the waffles more than the pancakes. We do waffles and pancakes, believe it or not. But yeah, thank you very much. I really appreciate the honor and the recognition. I've been at the same building for 21 years. It feels just like yesterday. I teach with a lot of great teachers, though, and a lot of good administrators in my teaching career, and that's made me who I am today. So I just appreciate it. Thank you very much, and thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I'll get you guys both in here for a picture, group picture. One other thing, too, I think was really remarkable is that two people here that were named Teacher of the Year in one school district. So I don't think that's ever happened
We are very
before
proud.
in Macomb County. So congratulations to the both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You guys moving over here and we'll get a picture, group picture.
Do they have spouses here?
And spouses,
wanna do
if you
spouses?
guys want?
Yes.
Come on.
There you go.
My assistant in the maple syrup making.
Oh, see, you need it. You need it.
All right, there you go. All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate
Well,
it.
thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks again. Thank you.
Thank you all the work you guys do. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Next item is a proclamation congratulating the Mount Clemens Boys High School track team for winning MHSAA track and field regionals. Commissioner Wallace to present. And I can tell you, we follow Commissioner Wallace posts on Facebook because that track team did wonderful.
Thank you. Well, they are not here. Our coaches are traveling and our boys have AAU practice. So I'm the only coach that is here, but I have to be here. So, but I just wanted to say that this is the first time that Mount Clemens track team has done anything like this since 1991. So it is very important to our community. Like the city came together for this track team, and I really appreciate them. But quick note, and I did tell them that I would mention this, our 4x1 team not only broke the school record that's 40 years old, they also broke the state record. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do on a bigger level. All four of them will be competing at Junior Olympics this year in North Carolina. So that is all I wanted to say about that. They have practice, so I will present this to them. They were more eager about me talking about them in front of other people. So I have the next one as well. So I'm just going to stay
Okay, I
right
will read the next one as well. Proclamation honoring Anthony Allen, Daniel Boman, and Legend Washington for their heroic efforts to save the life of a neighbor. She got four? Want to go help her?
I am so excited about this. So I know your family is with you, so you guys may as well come up here as well, so we can get you all together because one, I know Anthony, Daniel were not able to make it today, so I'm going to reach out to them as well. But Legend is here, and thank you for being here. Thank you for bringing him. But thank you for like raising such an amazing kid, because I know for me, I may have frozen in that situation, but to see someone in need and go into action, especially teenage boys, you know, they did not play around. They saw someone in need, and this man really needed help, and they were able to give him, you know, more time and give his family more time. So that is just awesome. Is not even the word to say. So thank you for showing that it doesn't matter how old you are, you can be a hero, and not all heroes wear capes, and you really are showing that in what you and your friends did. So I just, not even going to go over this because I think what I said was pretty good, but I am going to give this to you so you can have, and I will meet up with your friends so they can have theirs as well. But thank you so much for just showing up, you know, and being all that you are. So never hide that. You have great things ahead, and you're a big person, big personality, so I can't wait to see. Thank you. Absolutely. So.
Turn the proclamation around. There you go.
Oh, he said hold it up.
Not in front of your face.
You got it?
Turn it up so they
All
can
right.
see it.
Thank you, guys.
Did she get it?
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Mary, did you get the photo? Yes, sir. Thank you. Next is a proclamation commending Terry Gibb upon her retirement from Macomb County. That will be presented at a later date by Chairman Brown. Next is a proclamation commending Laura Murphy for 19 years of dedicated service to Macomb County, sponsored by Commissioner Kraft and Commissioner Sabatini. That will be presented at a later date as well. Thank you. Next is department recommendations. This is the amended meeting schedule for September 2024. I need a motion, please.
So moved by Nard. Support.
Motion by Commissioner Nard, supported by Commissioner Grott. Any discussion on the amendment? Seeing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Motion passes 12-0.
Next item is Internal Services Committee recommendations. I'll take a motion to approve 9A through 9J.
So moved, Van Sickle.
Support Nard.
I have a motion by Commissioner Van Sickle, supported by Commissioner Nard. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.
Motion passes 12-0.
Adriana's getting quick back there.
Chair,
Sir,
would you like to mention to the audience that we have reviewed all these prior to?
I was going to get to that, Commissioner, so thank you. We've already reviewed all of these agenda items through commission activity. We have the department head show up, we discuss them, and we refer them to full board for approval today. So I don't want anybody to think we're just blowing through these things. We spend hours on each of these issues. So thank you for that, Commissioner. Next item is Public Service Committee recommendations, 10A through 10B.
Motion to approve.
Support.
I have a motion by Commissioner Gratz, supported by Commissioner Ganem. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? It passed.
Motion passes 12-0.
Thank you. Next item is Records and Public Safety Committee recommendations. We have item A.
Motion approved.
Support Nard.
Motion by Commissioner Romano, supported by Commissioner Nard. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Motion passes 12-0.
Thank you. Next item is Finance Audit Budget Committee recommendations. I need a motion to approve 12 and 12B. I have a motion by Commissioner Kraft, supported by Commissioner Sabatini, to approve 12 and 12B. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Motion passes 12-0.
Thank you. Next item is correspondence, Clinton Township Department of Planning and Community Development, letter redistribution of draft 2024 Clinton Township Master Plan. I need a motion to receive and file.
So moved by Nard.
Support Van Sickle.
I have a motion by Commissioner Nard, supported by Commissioner Van Sickle, to receive and file. Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 12-0.
Next is board office update. That will be Ms. Crystal.
Hi. Okay, so our boardroom renovations start tomorrow in this room. We are planning to hold the July and August meetings in the training room right at the end of the hall there. It'll be tight, but I think it'll be more convenient, so we'll see how that works. The July and August meetings are combined to 1 week, so we just have 1 week each of those months that we have those meetings. And FNO has been very helpful. They're going to help us set it up the way we need to for meetings and make sure there's enough public chairs and all of that. And they say it's supposed to be done by the end of summer, so hopefully that's all we'll have to worry about. Yoga at the Hill is next Saturday, June 22nd. Walk-up registration starts at 8:30, and the classes run from 9 to 9:50 and 10 to 10:50. We'll do the raffle of the gift cards in between. If you are, please consider donating a gift card if you haven't already to preferably a small local business in your area. And please try to let us know if you plan to attend so we can plan accordingly. I let you all know that the Veterans Affairs Commission, there's 2 upcoming vacancies on that you'll appoint next month. The deadline for those applications is July 5th, and we do have about 6 in already. Our new agenda management system to replace Civic Clerk is currently out to bid. The bids are due next Thursday, and we plan to spend the rest of June doing post-bid interviews and evaluating those and having a recommendation for you in July. We have been using our new constituent management system, IQ, for a few weeks now. Mary's been our main user of that, and she's getting comfortable with that. I used it to process the Veteran Affairs Commission appointments that came in, and we'll be getting the rest of the staff on it shortly, so we are starting to use that. We do have plans to do a new group photo at next month's full board meeting with, since we have a new commissioner now. So I just wanted to give everyone a heads up that that's planned for next month in July. For after the full board meeting, we weren't able to have somebody here today to take that.
So should we tell guests to wear a suit to that meeting?
If he wants to be in a suit for the group photo, yeah, so I just wanted
Be
everyone to
nice.
have a heads up for that.
That'll be nice.
Then we can update the website, the pamphlet, the places that we have that. And then just another reminder that this coming Wednesday, June 19th, is now a county holiday, Juneteenth, so our offices will be closed that day. Does anyone have any questions for me?
Any questions for Crystal? Other than, can we expedite the civic clerk situation?
Well, they did put together a really aggressive schedule. We hurried and got the bid out, and it'll be a quick turnaround because we will do the post-bid interviews will include like a demo of the system too, but they decided it was better to wait till after and not waste our time doing that if any of the bids were something we weren't even gonna be interested in, when we got the bid, so.
Thank you.
IT's been working with us to squeeze that all in and get it turned over as quick as possible.
We hope so.
Yeah.
Thank you. I need a motion to receive and file.
So moved by Nard.
Support Van Sickle.
I have a motion by Commissioner Nard, supported by Commissioner Van Sickle. Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Motion passes 12-0.
Item 15, this is the second of our two public hearings. Any item you wish to speak to for a maximum of 3 minutes on any issue. Anyone from the public wish to be heard? Yes. Right up here. You went the wrong way.
This way.
Sorry about that. My name is Roger McCall. I'm here as a living man, born in Michigan, and live on the land of Michigan. On behalf of the Macomb County Committee of Safety, which you've all should have received an email with our charter. Has anybody not received that email?
Sir, we're not allowed to respond back during a hearing of the public.
Pardon me?
Our rules prohibit responding back during the hearing of the public, so
Okay.
you have your 3 minutes.
All right. On June 11th, 2024, Michigan State Macomb County Committee of Safety assembled, and the following resolution was adopted by we the people in order to secure the union, preserve justice, ensure domestic tranquility, and provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, per what's written in our founding documents of the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, etc. Our plan of action or purpose: whenever the safety of the community is in jeopardy and government is not responsive or has become destructive, such as our federal, state, and local government has done through disobedience to the law of the land, it is the duty of the people under the common law to form committees of safety. Today, there are many issues that we could point to that would justify the need for a committee of safety. The one most prevalent is a violation of our unalienable rights endowed by our Creator by actors in federal, state, and local governments. The second is the crash of the Federal Reserve note, AKA the dollar. There is no question as to the uncertainty of the collapse of the dollar. It's inevitable, and the only question is when. Local governments are not prepared for the above stated and other national emergencies. Preparations have been intentionally left to FEMA and Homeland Security, who will take all control away from local governments and therefore the people. The Constitution would be suspended and martial law would be enacted. The only purpose of martial law is to control a country under siege. We the people would be treated as enemy combatants. Martial law is an extreme and rare measure used to control society during war or periods of civil unrest. It's curious to point out that according to the Supreme Court, the term martial law carries no precise meaning. That was Duncan V. I can't pronounce the last name. In such an emergency, the electrical grid will go down, normal communications will cease, the movement of all products will come to a halt, there will be no food and water shortage, and chaos will rule the streets and countryside. In all probability, people will be dying on a biblical scale unless we, the people, take control through our local governments. The federal government cannot manage this type of an emergency without controlling the people by force, or better yet, as Mao said, at the end of a barrel of a gun. Therein, their need for foreign troops on American soil, the following federal government's plan is to make enough to make one blood boil. In the email you received are all the different presidential directives going back to Ronald Reagan in 1987 that is going to bring in UN peacekeeping forces to maintain order within our country. I am not looking forward to that time in my life. Why do not the government make use of our most plentiful resource, and that is we the people? There's no reason why they shouldn't do it. All the executive orders and stuff are on here. As recently as October 16,
Sir, you have 30 seconds.
As recently as 2016, President Obama also signed the executive order calling for national defense resources preparedness, which puts our nation in permanent state of martial law that only needs to be activated by the signature of the sitting president. So, very concerning for me. Hopefully it's very concerning for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else wish to be heard?
My name is Michael. I'm a living man of a Michiganian, and I am also a member of the Committee of Safety for Macomb County. I would like to pick up where Roger left off. In order for the federal government to maintain control of free people, they would need to govern with an iron fist and use foreign troops to do so. The question that demands an answer is, why doesn't the federal government work with local authorities creating a plan that utilizes America's most precious resource, we the people, to take control and maintain law and order? Neighborly compassion will not be part of their initiative. Tyrants and foreign enemies will take advantage of our weakness, and America as we know it will be lost. America will be unrecognizable, and unalienable rights will be lost forever, because the nature of an unchecked government is, once it exercises power, it never peacefully relinquishes it back to the people. The following plan is to create uniformity to achieve a viable national plan to preserve, protect, and restore our American way of life. Each county will need to decide for themselves the details on how they can proceed in the keeping of the following uniform plan, which is their duty as a compassionate and sensible people to prepare for. This plan is the Committee of Safety's priority. Chain of command. There is a constitutional chain of command already in place, and by we the people under common law, to deal with any local or national emergency that places the county sheriff's responsibility to secure the Constitution and thereby law and order that was initiated by our founding document, the Declaration of Independence.
Sir, you have 30 seconds.
When we declared, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. The 10th Amendment to the United States Constitution, which is part of the Bill of Rights, was ratified on December 15th, 1791. It expresses the principle of federalism, which strictly supports the entire plan of the original Constitution for the United States of America, by stating that the federal government possesses only these powers delegated to it by the Constitution for the United States of America.
Sir,
All
I would
remaining
ask you to
powers
conclude your remarks,
are
please.
reserved for the states or the people.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time, Commission.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Anyone else from the public wish to be heard, please?
My name is Paul Schorsch. I live at 38057 Moravian Drive in Clinton Township, Michigan. And I'm here to tell you that my voting record has been altered. And I went to the clerks, got my information, no voter ID number on it. Everybody has a voter ID number, all right? The user code was on there. I went back a few months later. The whole user column was deleted and removed from my voting record. Again, no voter ID number, no time of which I voted. I went back again. Same thing happened again. I asked the clerk, listen, where's the whole user column? 10 years worth of information. Paul, we just do what they tell us to do. That's a felony, all right? Altering voting records is a felony. Here's the Election Bureau of Michigan. They got me voting, but I do have my voter ID number on this document. I never got one from our own clerk, Kim Metzler, until I made a complaint to the police department, the Clinton Township Police Department. And this one has me voting at midnight for the last few years. Now, when I went to the police department and I gave it to the chief of police, immediately Captain Tony Capallo called me on the phone. I didn't get it right away, but I was able to get back with him. And I said, listen, I got a lot of questions for you. What's going on here? And he said, Paul, before I answer any questions, I got to talk to Bob Cannon. All right, he's our superintendent. All right. Now, he's had one question for me. Where did you get these documents? These public records. We all have voter ID numbers. If I was you guys, I would at the very least, go check your voting record. Make sure nothing's been deleted. Make sure you have a voter ID number. Now, about 2 weeks later, he said, Paul, come into my office. I got a document for you to read. He gave me this. He gave me my voter ID number for the first time ever. I ever got this from our clerk, although I had to get a police officer to get it. All right. And they gave me the user code column all back. All right. So I'm going to tell you guys something. If they're taking this stuff off our records, what do you think they're doing to our votes? All right. Now, I don't know who they are. I want to find out who they are, who's all involved in this, and any elected official that's altering this stuff needs to be held accountable. You don't just fix it. All right. So I want you guys to all at least check your voting record. All right. Please do that. And let's get these elected officials that are human trafficking, these illegal immigrants, into our neighborhoods. My neighbor's car just got stolen last night. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Bob Cannon, Tony Capallo, I believe these people are going to be heroes. They're the first ones that's going to stand up, and they're going to say, look, they got my information back. The police department did it. And I believe Bob Cannon is going to go out a hero. He's going to retire, and I think he's had enough of this stuff. I think he's a fantastic man, and he's had enough, and they're standing up. And I believe Kim Metzler is standing up too. They said, this is enough. We're not having it anymore. I want all these board members to stand with the people of Macomb County, of Michigan. I believe Clinton Township is going to be the hero of Michigan. I believe that in my heart. I had a dream this is going to happen, and we're going to get accountability. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you, sir.
Please check your records.
Thank you. Anyone else from the public wish to be heard? Sir, you're
If
only
I may have a second turn to expound just on what
There
Paul
is
said,
no
totally different
second,
subject.
there is no
but
second term by our
Okay.
bylaws. Thank you.
When I moved to Macomb County, I moved from Detroit. I wanted a better education, better environment, better situation for me and my family. When I became an elected official for the Board of Education in Warren for the Fitzgerald School District, I still attended and still is active in the Michigan State Guard as a supply sergeant. When I decided to look into our streets, we have a problem that just about every other community has. We have a homeless problem. I thought about looking at Detroit compared to where I live now. No matter where we go and what we do, there will always be homeless. There will always be homeless vets. There will always be homeless that's in need of recovery. I came to speak to everyone here today at the board to inform you I decided, with your blessings, that I will be opening up a 24-hour homeless shelter in South Warren. I'm doing this on the fact of that we don't need to find any more bodies in the wintertime. We don't need to find any bodies in the summertime for heat exhaustion. We don't need to have our vets struggling even if they don't have all the things they need to get their benefits. I want to help us help them. And without helping them, we need us.
So on this moment today, I've decided, the Friend of the Father Foundation, which is a nonprofit organization that I have, South Warren will be the designated home for all the homeless people throughout our county. Now, I don't have an issue with working with other counties, but at the end of the day, my home comes first. Warren comes first. Macomb County comes first. I want all our residents and all our children to be able to move around freely throughout their communities without being worried if they see a homeless person or a person in need. In order for these people to have help, we must help them. And all I'm saying here today is I'm asking for the Macomb County Commissioner Board for your blessings. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to participate?
I'm John
Yes, sir.
Hansford. I live at 38512 Gale. I'm just coming here to be you people aware of to take a quick trip on a very dangerous road. It's on Moravian between 16 Mile Road and Cass. Just tonight, or someone, take a ride down that road. It's becoming very pothole, and there's been accidents where cars have been bumping, which is fine. I guess that's okay. But now it's turned into, in the middle of it, there's a party store that's been there quite a while, right on Harrington. We have a lot of walkers now. We have bicycles. We have a guy with no legs in a wheelchair. I'm afraid with the potholes and how people are going around these potholes, somebody's going to get hit on that road, which is going to open to a big lawsuit. Just take a ride down. It's very simple. When you go home tonight or tomorrow, just ride around. What do you think of that road that has to be repaired? And I'm not talking about, asphalt or something. I mean, completely drive down it. And when you drive down there, go straight. And I guarantee you guys are going to move a little bit to avoid the potholes. That's all. Just check it out. Just throwing it out there because I don't want to see a lawsuit.
Thank you.
For somebody in that.
Appreciate
I'd like to know who the guy with no wheels in a wheelchair. Yeah. Unbelievable. That's the guy I'm worried about. But thank you very much.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to be heard? Yes, ma'am.
Hi, my name is Lori Harris, and I live in Warren. And I came before you a month ago when Mr. Ghanem was appointed into this position as a commissioner. And I want to tell you, here's what I heard happened. I heard that before I got here, and maybe before the meeting commenced, that Mr. John Johnson walked inside and talked to people at their counters. Now, that sign says no admittance. So that to me suggests some kind of influence. I'm wondering, Mr. John Johnson, does he contribute to your campaigns? Does Gus's dark money pack contribute to your campaigns? The petition, the nonsense petition by Mr. Van Sickle and Mr. Ghanem, have you read it? Do you know what's happening? It's nonsense. So here you've appointed someone, maybe because of his political connections, maybe because of his money, but not because he wants to do right by Warren, because he had a lot of opportunity to do right by Warren when he worked for the city of Warren. So I'm really disappointed because this board should be able to work together and want the best for every city, township, village in this county. This is very disappointing, and it makes me not think that you are trustworthy because that decision had to have been made before you came to the meeting, and because it was very interesting that within a couple days, great big signs started showing up in Warren. So I want to challenge you, when you have an opportunity, stop playing politics in terms of party and who's going to get which party. Do the right thing for the citizens, because this is not right, what you did. And he has not been an example of fighting for the citizens of Warren. And I also want to comment on the gentleman. I know I heard him speak at a city council meeting about his desire for a homeless shelter, 24-hour. With caution, that is not something you do alone. That is not something you do without a lot of experienced, qualified people to help you. And we had trouble in Warren with the winter shelter, the library, the businesses, And these are important things to consider. So I commend him for his heart and his desire to help, but I encourage him to seek the right kind of support and decision making. And I want to thank you for the opportunity to speak here. And I'm Lori Harris, and I'm a woman that lives in Michigan.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to be heard under hearing of the public? Seeing none, I will move to commissioners' comments. I don't know that we're going to get anything on this system, so anyone wish to speak, please raise your hand. Commissioner Zinner?
Thank you. The gentleman who spoke about Moravian, I think he's talking about the area I brought up recently, and Mr. Schurish brought up with his big diagram thing that he brought in. Yes, it was memorable. Excellent. So, thank you. Thank you, Chair.
You're welcome. I made a note of that. I believe Chair Brown was going to contact our road activities to see what they could do. So we will follow up with him. Commissioner Van Sickle.
If I'm remembering correctly, some part of Moravian is scheduled to be rebuilt next year.
That is correct.
But I don't know if it's the part that was being discussed.
I didn't think it was the part that gentleman was referring to, but it is, part of it is scheduled to be done. Anyone else? Seeing none? Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Support Zinner.
Motion by Commissioner Romano, supported by Commissioner Zinner. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Happy Father's Day to the fathers.
Happy Father's Day to all fathers.